Shemai GTA chums, this is the Torero XO. It's on discount this week. It's one of the best cars, or the best car from the previous DLC, and it's such a fine car to drive. It's a Lamborghini, but which Lamborghini Countach, but which Lamborghini Countach isn't a Lamborghini Countach, however you pronounce that. So how do we find it on old GTA? Let's go to Legendary. It should be in the featured. There we go, 2 million. Torero XO. It's just like the Ignis in styling, but it drives nothing like the Ignis, even though it is also all-wheel drive, just like the Ignis. So I'm going to say it's one of the cars you want to seriously consider for this week, because it's very fast in a straight line on the track as well. But there's a few things you need to consider before buying it, seeing if it's your kind of car. So this is in the winter colour, winter livery, because last time I drove it was in the snow. It wasn't. Um, I changed it this colour just for the snow. So what we're going to do is change the liveries and see what we've done before. We've got the red lines. That looks amazing, but only because we've got that pale colour. So we need to think about what we're going to do. This was a nice livery, the Yoshimitsu or whatever that is. But we want something colourful for summer. Maybe this pussycat one. I like that pussycat one. I think I might consider that. But I mean, that's a yellow look. We could do the yellow. We've not done a yellow yet. Although we're probably not gonna deviate too much. Let's try Yoshimitsu. So we want to find a decent respray on the front. So classics, it's going to be, I think. So we're not messing around. Brown is awful. But blue is a good contrast colour. That is ultra blue. But is there a different blue which contrasts a little bit better? Surf blue contrasts really nicely with that yellow. Let's have a look. That's diamond. Surf blue it is, I think. That is good. 900 grand is what? 900 quid. Bargain. Absolute mega bargain. I'm not sure if I like this livery. I do like it. It's got a pussycat on. But secondary colour, we got the dew yellow. This lights up all the inside there. So we probably don't want to go yellow on yellow. Or if we're going to go for yellow, we want the same yellow as the livery. So I think that'll be that orange colour. Bright orange maybe. Which most looks like it. Tempted, but I think I'm going to just go white. Because white is a good neutral colour. That will go between both blue and yellow. Come on, matey, where are we? There we go. Frost white. Ice white is the brightest, so we're going to choose that one. Looks great. Looks sharp. Trim colour. We can leave it as ice white. We could go for a grey or black, but I'm going to leave it as ice white and keep with that white kind of secondary theme, which looks great. Right, let's have a look at what we can actually upgrade. All the armour and the brakes, speed, nonsense is all upgraded to the max. You've got a lot of upgrades. This is the forged super splitter. Notice there's all this forged look to the car. So we've got all this business. And I like it. I like the forged super splitter, but what else have we got? I want that secondary colour though, whatever I'm going to get. It's some kind of forged splitter. I think that just juts out a bit nicely. But, you know what? I'm probably going to stick with what we've got, probably. The only thing I'd do is mute it down a little bit to, actually I'll wang it down to that one, just to make it a bit less pronounced on the front end. Rear bumpers, I think we have the best one. Lots of millions of chunky bits of plastic sticking off the back, just what we want. Oh, that is classic. Bumper off. I've not done bumper off in a while, have I? Bumper off. It's got to be done, hasn't it? But I like the fun time registration plate. I was going to change that. We've got a registration plate on the front. Oh, don't worry about it. We will go bumper off with a crazy build. Why not? We've got the pussycat. We've got to do it. What do they look like without? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Canards. We've got none. I'm not a fan of the canards, so I don't generally put them off. Oh look, they've got that little doodah on the front. That is good. Nice little touch to it, but let's just wang through. No, nothing. Engines upgraded to the max. Exhaust. This is where you benefit from these special exhausts. See, you can pick any one you want. And we've got the infinity exhaust. Those are great, but the cat's just kind of bothering me. You want something like this, because it's got this lovely show-off red chubby bit on the end. That's a technical term. Turbo exhaust, I think that's the one. Nope, shame it's not got an infinity. The carbon, I think, is the one to go for. There we go. Bonnet. Right, it's not a bonnet really, but it is a bonnet because the bonnet's reversed because the engine's in the back. Yeah, I don't know. There's lots of options on here, but you don't have the quite as much as you have on the Ignis. This car is very much looks like the Ignis, and a lot of the customization is very similar. I don't know what I'm looking at, so I'm going to leave it as it is. It's too confusing me too much, the lack of things you can change on that. Plate, we don't have one. Don't worry about it. Roof, we can carbonize it. We've got a forged streamline roof. I like this because it buddies up with the window at the back, so I might just leave it on. But let's see what it looks like without. Without looks great. I was thinking of going for a without on top to just to make it a bit more interesting. Vented roof. Yeah, let's go without because we make the most of that blue, and we're missing out on the blue if we don't do that. There we go. Skirts. As I said, these skirts are pretty decent. Those are too big. We could go for something like that to completely change the look, but we're not going to, are we? No, probably not. Could go for a little fin, but we're going to stick with that because it goes with the front. Spoiler. Forged wing. And we've got the ducktail. I like the ducktail, that's good. That's pretty mad in a way. And a big ducktail. Now it's got the it does have the active spoiler is what I want. So maybe if I put that ducktail on, or the extended ducktail, the little ducktail, hopefully the active spoiler still works. Suspension, you need to go competition for your performance. Trunk. Okay, here we go. This is where what we want to change. We want to get rid of that forged look to make the most of the blue. Stock trunk, amazing. Bonnet. Trunk, I don't know. It's a bonnet, is it not? I don't know. It's got a forged rally. The deep vent. I like the deep vent, that's nice. I think I'm going with the deep vent. It doesn't look that much different, does it? You know, for cheaper money, I'm going to go with stock because it's cheaper. So there we go. That looks great. Turbo is on. Vents. We even more. There's like forged vent. We want to get rid of the forged stuff on the side, I think, and go with secondary, primary. Doesn't matter, does it? Go with primary just because it's cheaper, or stock. No, primary, just to colour it in the same colour as the doodah. Right, these are the stock rims, so I'm going to stick with them. So just to show you stock rims, you could go for something like hyper, whatever, you know. We're not going to. We're going to leave them because they're great. But we are going to change. Bulletproofs, tyre smoke, we're going to go, oh, red, actually contrasts red, so we're going to leave that. And that is it, except for the limoing of the windows. Now, does it change the black? It does change it a little bit, but not too much. You can still see the engine, which is what you want to see. Light smoke is ideal, and that's it, we're done. Only a million minutes. Now for the driving bit. This is the best bit, obviously, because it's going to be... Get out of there, man. Stop messing around. Okay, we're going to take a left-hander, and there we go. Active spoiler still works. Phew. Now, it's got a lot of slip on the rims. It's very quick at accelerating. In a drag race, you can win loads of cars. Look at that, mate. Already, what am I doing? I used to drive this all the time. It's one of the most driven cars of that DLC. Whichever DLC it was. Which DLC was that? Criminal Enterprise? Yeah, I think Criminal Enterprise. I'm trying to remember the DLCs, there's so many. Okay, we're going to try this left-hander. It may or may not fail. Work. There we go. Not bad. Not bad indeed. We want to go another left-hander down here. So notice there's a lot of slip in the corner. That's not understeer. That's because of the lack of traction that we have for some reason. Because according to, well, Bruffy was saying that the spoilers basically don't work like on the other cars, so you lose traction. Even if you put a spoiler on, you don't have any extra traction bonus, which is why it slips all over the place, which makes it fun to race. You can race it, you can win races. I think it's in the top 10. Well, I'm pretty sure it's in the top 10. I'm not sure where it is. In old gen or PC, if you're not allowed to drive the latest HSW. The HSW obviously ruined the classes for racing. Otherwise, this would be like probably second or third total, but I still think the Ignis for me is better for racing, the LM87 for even more better cornering ability because of the Formula 1 style grip, but this one you can still race it and have fun. But the reason I drive it is for the challenge and just for in open sessions, just to have a bit of fun. So I wouldn't focus on winning races with it because I'm not that great at racing, and I just make too many mistakes to be able to race a car like this and succeed. And that's all honesty. That's a lot of people. So if you're not balls deep into racing and are sick of winning and you want a challenge, then this isn't for you with regards to racing, but it is for you with regards to cars because it's such a classic. I think all the Lamborghinis are nice in this game. I can't think of a Lamborghini that's bad, and this is certainly one of the best Lambos in the game. I think the Ignis is still better because it's better on snow, obviously because it's got the grip. Internals, it all looks exactly like the Ignis, and for that reason the 10F and the 10F Custom. So remember those two chummies? Well, they are quite similar with the performance. So if you don't like the 10F or the 10F Custom, I wouldn't buy this because it's like a 10F on steroids. Also, the other one begins with a C, but it was the Maserati Thingy-mabob. Yeah, that's a car Maserati released. I don't remember the names of the cars. The Celibacy or something. That's what we're going to call it. Anyway, this is a great car. You need to consider purchasing it for this week while it's on discount. Talked enough. Any questions, drop them in the comments, but have a great day. Thank you very much for watching. What a car, what a beast. One of my favourites, one of the best from that DLC.